This is Mrs. Meacham's class at Laval. We're in school getting ready for our hike. We're hiking along the bike trail, along the pond, along the bluff. Oh, and it's not quite 40 degrees yet. Yeah.
So they can have like a spot to rest because they have to like swim. So if they need a spot to rest their feet, so so they don't drown.
And it's harder for the predators. What are predators?
Anyway,
Yeah.
They are other animals that eat prey.
Okay, so the predators are the animals that would eat a goose. What would some of those predators be? Yeah.
Crocodile?
It would be. But how about here in Wisconsin?
Shark.
Come on. Think
Fish?
Wisconsin. Yeah.
Fish?
Yes.
Fish? Swans.
Right here.
Piranhas. Oh. Piranhas? A fox?
A fox. A fox would be a good one. What's another one?
A lion.
Wisconsin. Yes.
I know.
Raccoons, or you even said a lion. Like every once in a while, a mountain lion might come through. That could happen. Yes.
Deer?
Do deer eat other animals?
No, they eat grass.
Not usually. But when some animals are really hungry, they eat things that they normally wouldn't eat. So maybe a deer might sneak up and eat an egg. Oh, look there's some flying in. Look at the way their wings are. They're kind of scooped.
They're like, whoa.
They're going to come in for a landing.
I know.
Here, let's cross. We'll talk. Oh, wait a minute. Those what? Light blue green blotches. What's that stuff?
They're glass? No. Mold?
It's called lichen. And it's a combination of a fungus and an algae, and it works together. Yeah.
I have a joke.
A joke? Okay.
I like the lichen.
Good
And
one.
the more you learn about it, the more you liken them. Good. I like that. I liken that. And look at this. What kind of rocks do you think this is?
Sandstone.
Yeah, sandstone.
Up
right.
here we can even see the sand trimmette.
Oh, look at this.
If you see like these rocks,
But look how the stone is crumbling into sand.
Right.
it's so cool. Mr. Really?
Look at this.
Cactus.
Glad you found this. I was
Good
looking
find,
for
good find.
this. What is this?
Cactus.
We think of cactus as being in
It's a
the...
dead cactus. Cacti.
It looks like it because it's frozen, but do you think it's going to come back?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think so.
well.
This is a good place for my sister to find more. But we thought they were only at deserts. They're also at lava.
Right. Anybody know the name of this kind of cactus? Well, it is a cactus. It's called a prickly pear. And we think it's kind of special when we see it up here, but down in Texas, it's an invasive, which means they don't like it because it grows big, and the cattle that are roaming around don't like it, and it's just not a interesting thing. If they were to see this, they'd say, "Oh, that's prickly pear cactus. We don't like that."
kind of look like a Mickey?
Yeah.
I saw some prickly pear was at a grocery store.
It's edible.
Yeah.
Exactly. But you got to get rid of all the spines first.
It still has spines on it.
Well, you don't want to eat it with the spines on.
And boys and girls,
There's a kind of cactus and it jumps. What?
A jumping cactus?
Yeah. One of my... Oh, I seen it jump on the semi. So my dad was on a loop and let's go on the side.
I don't know if you know the story about the Baraboo River.
No.
Baraboo River is famous in the United States because, and this wasn't, the people in Laval were not happy about this, some of the people. There used to be 7 dams along the Baraboo River here.
Wow.
From here, maybe a little further up in Baraboo by Reedsburg. And back in the old days, they used to think that building dams was good because it would maybe create lakes, and that pond over there, when the dam was in here, it was connected. The river and that pond were connected. If I say anything that's not true, let me know. But then the DNR, the Department of Natural Resources, thought, you know, when there's a dam, it slows the river down, and then the fish that live in the slow, warm water are fish like carp. And that's not great for fishing, and it's not great for eating for most people. So they thought, let's make the Baraboo River healthier for fish. And so they took out all 7 dams on the main channel of the river here. And so now there's a lot of ripples like this, which creates a lot of oxygen and cleaner water. And so the fish are more like bass and walleye instead of carp. But then the people in Laval here said, well, what about our pond here? You know, they really liked the pond. So then they built this big berm across the road there, and they kept the pond. And the pond, like I said, is a great place for birds to come, for geese and ducks and swans and all kinds of other birds and snakes and frogs and maybe some kind of fish. But sometimes you might come by there and just smell like a bunch of dead fish. That's called a winter kill because the pond's not very deep. Yes, you've been patient. Bottom.
I know what that type of tree is, the white one.
What is it?
I believe it's a bamboo tree.
Does start with a B.
Bark.
No.
White birch.
Yeah.
Birch.
Birch. Because I used to see that before.
Has to make some observations about it, okay? So raise your hand and tell me one thing you notice. One thing you notice about it.
Take the camera.
Yeah, go ahead. You tell me one thing you notice about that scat. Yeah.
Well, I noticed that there is bird poop on it.
Okay, how do you know it's bird poop?
Because it's white, and I saw some birds poop on my mom's car.
Okay, so what you're noticing is the white, and then from prior knowledge, you think that's coming from a bird, okay? What do you notice? Tell me one thing.
It's small, so it's definitely not a big animal like a horse.
Right, okay, so the size is important, and you're noticing it's relatively small. Is it as small as mouse poop, though?
No.
So maybe we could say it's medium-sized scat, okay? Anyone else notice something about it?
I think it smells.
Oh,
Chickens!
you guys,
Chickens!
these chickens would like to know more about this scat. They're coming for the lesson.
Yeah,
Here's a surprise for you, chickens.
It's
Birds. They probably already know this because they are birds, but birds cannot pee.
What? Wait.
Their bodies work differently than ours. Did you know that, you guys? You can't pee.
So like, what does that
They
mean?
have a special system in their body that creates, instead of pee, creates that white stuff. So that white stuff that you see right on there, that's their version of pee. That's what bird pee looks like. So when they
closer. It looks like they're like, I didn't know that. I think that's a hen. I'm listening. I've never seen a chicken in real life. That's a rooster. Turn their heads to like, I'm listening. That's a rooster. I call him Truckle.
Do you know these?
So, once I bird, and it hit my
So you already
window,
know chuckles.
and it had diarrhea on my window.
Oh, wait.
very exciting. Sometimes dirt. Sometimes they eat peas. Sometimes they accidentally eat dirt. If you get closer to the chickens, you're going to scare them.
Sometimes people throw them
And then they're going to peck you.
What kind of chickens are these?
I don't know. Wait, what?
I don't know.
Cinnamon chicken. I think they're like... Look at them eat. They just like peck the ground.
Cinnamon queens?
Yeah.
When I was growing up, we always just had, our chickens are always white.
Cool variety. Well, thanks for coming to our field trip, chickens. It's been very nice.
Yes, it's been very nice.
Has their poop and pee together, right? Because the brown part is the poop part, the white part is the pee part, and only birds and reptiles do that. So, what do you think? You think that came from a small bird? Like a little sparrow?
Chicken.
Do you not have chickens at home? Does this look
Yeah,
like
I used
Oh,
to.
is this what chicken poop looks
My
like?
grandma
No.
has chickens.
So the experts say not chicken poop. Is it chicken poop smaller or bigger than this?
No, it's smaller.
Yeah. So this has to be a bigger bird than a chicken.
No, it is chicken poop. I think it is? I have lots of chickens.
And
I've seen this like a whole bunch of times. When I it does poop.
Did it?
Yes, it
Well, we should go and see if it matches. Don't step on that. That looks a lot like it, huh?
I knew it. We have a match. Right there. Deer property.
Deer?
Yeah. So one time I was on a hike with you, I think, and you said something about like big buck.
Oh, a deer
Sometimes
rub.
They rub the tree and they
Yeah.
rub the bark off, but this, if you look close, it's got teeth marks.
Kind of looks like a beaver. Beaver.
Beaver chew. Do you think, is it old or new?
New. What is this? They always make beaver jams a lot.
This is a walnut shell.
Squirrels! It's old one because if it was new, then it would have been on the news today. Why is that?
Would have been on the news?
Or not the news. This tree is very old.
Just say what you think.
Well,
What'd you hear today that would make it newsworthy?
oh, look at this piece too.
That
Shoes.
a beaver chucked down the whole tree.
Oh yeah? Cool.
What happens to
Where at?
Here.
trees that are,
Right
don't they turn color when it gets old?
Yep, this is definitely old. Look at the swirls. Whenever a tree has swirls, it's
Oh,
old.
so Mr. Williams is asking not about the age of the tree, but he's asking if the beaver chewed this tree down recently or a long time ago. So we have to think about if he chewed it down recently, the wood would look a little bit more fresh.
Yeah.
And if he chewed it down a long time ago, like, last year or through the winter, the wood would be all gray.
Kind of like
Like
this.
how it is right now.
Well, I don't know. Is that a fresh looking color or
It's a fresh looking color.
I think it's a fresh looking color
Does
too.
it look like when somebody saws wood in half right away?
Yeah.
Kind of, so that would be fresh. Right? That's kind of fresh.
So maybe
Yep.
they did it recently?
But I wonder where the tree
Right.
is.
They probably brought it down and they hid it.
Shall we look? And let's look for tracks too.
This is
Is that an ornament? Leftover Christmas tree?
It would have fell off. It's a nut.
It's not a nut, it's called a gall. So a little fly or some kind of little insect lays an egg and then the plant grows around it. If we get that out, let's see. I don't want to get too close to it because I might fall in.
Somebody hold him.
Then you'll go in too.
What if he drops? What if it drops? Oh, I swim. I'll just go. What if it drops and goes in the water?
Oh!
Ah! Oh! Holy cow!
Come back, guys.
Still there.
Come back.
I was correct.
Okay, this one's already got a hole in it. So that means that probably
It's already gone.
It's already gone, and maybe got eaten.
Oh my god. What bug do you think was in that? Ew.
Well,
This looks like a pom-pom.
It does.
Why? It does.
Nature's pom-pom.
and the,
Can I move?
this is where the
Lucas, I
the bug would have been right way in the center here.
Is it in there?
Well, I don't know.
Let's see.
It looks like it's out. Oh, I'm sorry. It would have been right in that center there. A gall.
What bug do you
And
think
it
it was?
helps to think of it as round like a ball. What'd you say?
What bug do you think it was?
I don't know what that is then.
Maybe it was a slug. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. Probably a fly. No, the small one is close to us. That's a squash. There's a squash.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, this is connected to my pond back on
A gourd.
Oh, I see it. I see the squash over here. Look. Squash. Looks like a pumpkin. Oh, whoa. So now I keep forgetting.
Called puff balls. So when they're fresh, they're more like a ball shape. These are kind of squished. But we're going to get to see something super cool in a moment. It is going to smoke out, but I want you to understand what the smoke is. So are mushrooms plants?
No.
No.
Fungus.
They're fungus,
It just
right?
smoked.
So plants make seeds to have babies. Does anyone know what mushrooms make to have babies?
So I don't know, but I know that ants make fungus.
Well, ants can work together with fungus and help breed it. You're right. There's a lot of relationships between the ants and fungus. Do you know what how fungus makes babies? It's not seeds.
No, but I do know a fact about this one kind of fungus.
Okay.
There's a type of fungus that takes over bugs' minds.
That's true. Fungus can be very odd. All right, I'm going to give you the answer because it seems like it's a new fact for you guys. Yeah. Mushrooms make babies using something called spores. Can you say spores?
Spores.
Yeah, and they're like a version of a seed that's super tiny. So tiny, it just looks like a little speck of dust flying through the air. So inside of this mushroom, there's a bunch of spores ready to come out and spread the fungus around. Do you want to see it?
I've seen this. Yeah.
Watch.
Ooh, I'm gonna back away.
Did you see it?
Yes.
Oh.
And the way I knew it smokes is because it's like if you get closer, there's like brown stuff.
Yeah, you can see them inside, and the wind helps carry them to a new place. So if one of those spores lands in a nice moist place, then it'll be able to grow into new mushrooms.
That one's already down.
Yeah, that one's pretty squished.
Watch out, boys and girls. I didn't get a time.
Everyone can get a chance.
Yeah.
Don't destroy it, but everyone can get a chance.
Let other people push it.
Yep.
Once you have a turn, back up.
Yep, if you've had to turn back up, and let's give everyone a chance. Do you think it has just a couple spores in there?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of smoke come out of there.
I look for it.
Attacked. There could be all kinds of things living in here. Before we said a lion, you know, when we were talking about a predator. This is the kind of place where maybe a mountain lion from up north just roams around, or maybe a bear just roams around and finds a place like this. But also, what other kinds of animals in Wisconsin would really like this area?
Maybe a fox?
Foxes, definitely. What else?
Deer?
Deer. What else? Raccoons.
Beavers?
Beavers. Muskrats. All kinds of birds. This is a wonderful habitat. All right, let's leave the habitat and go.
And so normally I would not go to nature and pull out a plant to kill it, because that's not very nice. But this is not any old plant. This plant is a big bully. In science, the word we use for a big bully is an invasive. okay, this kind of plant crowds out other plants and takes over areas. So one big Earth Day project that I always do with my family is to find this plant out in the wild and pull it out. It's not originally from Wisconsin, and it takes over areas. Its name, you ready, is garlic mustard. Now, I'm going to pass some of these around. You can crush it in your fingers, and you'll know why it's called garlic mustard.
It feels weird.
Make sure to smell it, because that's how you're really going to know.
And you get to have it on your fingers all the time.
No, don't make me do it.
Garlic mustard has a heart-shaped leaf like this, and you see how it's not just smooth and flat. It's a super bumpy leaf, right? Really bumpy leaf.
It smells so.
Well, some people like the smell, but I'm not a fan. It also, look at this root. Does it have a lot of long, strangly roots, or does it have one fatter root?
Fatter.
Yeah. And it always has a little crook at the top, right? So that's part of how you know. But you could also smell and know. And so garlic mustard is a good thing to get rid of in wild areas. It's an invasive.
I'm stepping on mine. I like to watch.
Run around here, but don't step on this.
I like to watch.
Well, it looks like it used to be a creek or something here. So, look inside of, you see inside of it?
It's like a pufferfish. Oh!
Yes, right.
Do you see the close ones right here?
It's one of the first marsh plants that come up.
Wow.
But it starts coming
They're like
up,
a little purplish kind
gets
of.
this way back in the fall.
Greenish, pinkish, and like
In the summertime it has a
black.
big leaf. And I'll let you smell it in just a minute. But now this, instead of a nice flower, this is the flower. But instead of it smelling real nice and attracting butterflies and bees, it smells kind of yucky and it attracts flies. And as it grows so fast it makes its own heat and it kind of can come up in the snow. Okay, there's so many of them.
Yeah, there's a
all
whole
around
bunch.
in here, and it grows in the marshy area. I'm going to take, this is one of the leaves. I'm just going to take a leaf, and normally we're not supposed to break wild plants, but I'm just going to take one here. And I'm going to take parts of it.
It's kind of
And remember how
Purple
you
and
smell the
green.
garlic mustard? Wait till you smell this.
You might want to go around and smell it.
Streaming below and how it's all backed up, and that's what they do. They build up a dam and make a lake behind it. Hi.
Hello.
They also help other animals kill other animals and help people walk across it.
Yeah, I suppose you could.
No.
But they do change the habitat, you know, so it changes how animals could hunt. Maybe it's easier to find turtles in that area. That's all lot more like a pond.
I've seen a
Well, there's
Okay, hold it. See the rocks there? How they're gray and kind of old?
Yeah.
See the rocks here?
Yeah.
So those rocks fell just maybe within the last year, maybe 2 years, because there's none of that old gray growth on there, no lichen.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
It's just like moving back there. The sticks were going. Do you think that's what happened?
Well, it might have been sticks, it might have been ice,
Tomato?
maybe,
What? No,
I don't know. All kinds of things work together.
It's sticks. It's last time I went on the 400 trail. It was up and I saw sticks growing out of it. Okay.
So that was probably a big part of it, yeah.
Wait.
One more.
You're like pecking it.
yes, and what am I?
A woodpecker.
A woodpecker or a bird, right? Even if a bird lands with its feet, could I accidentally brush off a piece of this lichen?
Yeah.
to fall down or a piece
Yeah.
of bark. So if there's something that has landed up above, maybe that's what made the ripples, right?
I
It
saw
sent
a
down piece of
bird
bark.
land on one of the branches.
Yeah, so right? Do you think that could be possible? Look at all these lichens, you guys. This is amazing.
Maybe. A bird was flying.
Oh, yes. Maybe that's
I saw another
That's
one.
so cool. There's so many different lichens on here. Look at all these colors.
And
it's
like
moss.
greenish,
Another ripple.
yellow, bluish, blackish.
It's
Same
the
thing.
Moss,
like you said.
I just had to spot one.
Mrs. Maggio is using an app,
West last year.
iNaturalist, to try and identify this moss.
I'm gonna rub my feet on this.
Okay, I took two different. This is the pond at Hemlock County Park, right outside of Laval. And we found a turtle shell. We think it's a snapping turtle on one of the logs there by the edge of the water. We're going to bring it back to Laval School to show the other classes. Here is the turtle shell.
I feel like my legs are
How the shell is attached to the spine.
I feel like my legs are just
Can you turn it over once and we'll see the other side? Oops. Grab those bones.
That one can just stay on there.
Thank you. And there's the top of the turtle shell.
We're on our way back, and we've got plastic bags picking up garbage and also garlic mustard. They were excited about this spot, cleaning it up. They saw a lot of garbage here earlier. They were just pretty excited about doing something to help keep it clean and get rid of the garbage. It's a great group. They get along well. They listen to each other. They're interested in all kinds of things, lots of questions. Oh boy.
It's such a big help.
Looking for garbage along here too. Scat! They are on the hunt for garbage, cleaning things up.